Hello and welcome back to a new video here at Life with the Bridges. I have just had a lovely morning with my mum and Teddy. We have just got back from our swimming, which we do every week now, and once again he made fantastic progress, and it was really nice for my mum to come and see how well he is progressing, and his comfort levels in the swimming pool are just fantastic. Tomorrow we are meant to be going up to Great Ormond Street Hospital, and it is something that we have been battling behind the scenes in actually trying to get in contact with Great Ormond Street Hospital, the endocrinology team, to further start looking into why Teddy isn't producing the right amount of cortisone. What we actually have been battling within these discussions are whether it is actually worthy of a 6-hour round trip up to Great Ormond Street Hospital, because yes, it's long for us to drive, but also it's the trauma that we have to put Teddy through in terms of going to a hospital unnecessarily, as we've had this in the past where we go up to hospital for a meeting thinking they're going to be doing tests and checks and things like that, and all they wanted was a chat. So for this reason I thought it was important to save Teddy the trauma and us the effort of going up to Great Ormond Street Hospital to merely ask if it was okay to have it done over video, and after quite a few back and forths, yes was the answer. And so tomorrow we have our first initial endocrinology appointment with our consultant, which is, again, we are kind of walking into the unknown. It is an unknown department, unknown tests and checks that are potentially to come our way with Teddy. So yeah, it'll be good tomorrow to kind of get an understanding of that. Thursday, which is in 2 days time, hopefully we are going to be starting Forest School, which is just right up my street, and I literally cannot wait. Whether it goes down well with Teddy, because it will mean socializing and mixing with unfamiliar scenarios, which is in the long term is great for Teddy, but in the short term hopefully it's something that he likes, and it's important to me that we go there, create a positive experience and allow us to grow on that over time, rather than just chuck him in at the deep end and then it become a negative experience. That is what we've got coming up in this video, so stay tuned, but welcome back to another video here at Life with the Bridges.
Oh, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-A-O. Oh, MacDonald had a jungle, E-I-E-A-O. And on that farm he had a rhino, E-I-E-A-O.
Yes, darling.
What's he talking about?
What am I talking about? I was listening to your remix of Old MacDonald Had a Farm. It was fantastic. You are doing such a good job, darling.
Just keep going.
You keep going. Don't you dare let me stop you, or anyone else for that matter. What a superstar. Teddy's hiding all of his animals in his coat. You funny sausage.
Yeah, there. Let's go on the paper and it'll be on the wall. That's it, good boy. Amazing. And the next bit, so exciting. We've been to the shops and now we come home to do painting. Right, would you like to do another bit of tape for me?
Let's go.
Let's go, disco. Last bit.
One more dinosaur.
Done a big push. We are ready to rock and roll. Right, Daddy, get you some paint.
When did you say?
I think we should take your jumper off as well, because we're going to get a bit painty, aren't we? Hands up. Oh.
Wait, these are wet. These are wet.
They are wet, you're absolutely right. Has your nappy leaked? Do you need a new nappy before we start painting? Oh, who knew it was going to be a little bit of naked painting?
Okay.
You need a wee?
Yeah.
Do you want to take your nappy off and go big boy toilet? Yeah?
I'm going to do some paint.
This is a new thing about us, ladies and gents. He uses the big boy toilet now. So we're toilet training is on the way.
Let's go.
Let's go.
A few minutes later.
Wait for it.
Yeah.
Woo! Well done.
Time to do some painting.
Time to do some painting.
Wow, no paint.
We have no paint. Best Daddy, get you some then, hadn't I?
Yes. Let's do some painting.
Let's do some painting. Right, so what colours?
Red, blue, and yellow.
Red, blue and yellow coming up. What?
So do some. I can't do it.
Yes, it keeps squeezing. Why I've decided to do some painting right at the end of the day, I do not know. But...
Can you do this?
Woohoo!
Can you do this?
Wow, okay.
I want a yellow brush.
You want a yellow brush?
Yeah.
How specific? On a scale of 1 to 10, how messy is this going to get? Blatantly a 10, but whatever. Big yellow brush!
No, I need to do a big yellow brush.
A big yellow brush? Is this big yellow brush not suffice?
No,
Why not?
it's not.
Oh well, which brush do you want? Blue one! Okay, time to start painting! I've got to be so careful where I film because at the minute there's a big crack in my painting.
Daddy,
Yes, darling?
what am I doing?
Painting your hands when you should be painting the wall. Wow, good handprints! That's a good idea as well. Otherwise we could have ended up with a painty, wet sort of mess going on down there. What are you painting?
A picture of Mummy.
Oh, how lovely!
Bobby!
Ah!
This time.
Ted,
Yeah.
we did.
More guys.
You do realise we're going straight for a bath after this. I'm not even going to try and attack you with wet wipes. Oh, goodness gracious me. Mummy's on her way home. The shopping's still not unpacked. The kitchen needs tidying. The kid looks like an Rubik's Cube. Ah! Honey!
That's funny.
That's funny. Hilarious. How you're painting my kitchen the colour that it shouldn't ever be. The colour of the kitchen is slowly turning a very nicely multicoloured fingerprinted piece of artwork. How wonderful. You need to not touch any of the walls or any of the carpet, okay? Daddy, hold your hand. Don't touch your hands on the carpet.
Good morning, it is 9:15 and we have our endocrinology video appointment at 9:30, and I'm shooting back from work to go and meet that appointment because it is the start of some new sort of tests and delving deeper into why Teddy isn't making the right amounts of cortisone in his body. So we don't know what it means, but we will touch base with you after we've had this video meeting and tell you all about what we have to come with Teddy and his new sort of endocrinology journey.
As we both wanted to be a part of the video call, we set Teddy up with some Play-Doh in hope it would keep him occupied and relatively quiet whilst we discussed the plan going forward with his consultant.
So I am just out on a bit of a hike. Yeah, we have just finished our consultation and meeting with our consultant at Great Ormond Street Hospital about Teddy's cortisone levels, and put it this way, I am so glad that we did it over video, otherwise it would have been a 3-hour journey on the way there, consultation which took roughly 20 minutes, and a 3-hour journey on the way back, and a whole load of trauma for Teddy for no reason really, but it all went well. And I'm going to give it to you in a very short but summed up sort of conclusion to how the whole meeting went. For anyone that doesn't know, the reason why we're having these checks with the endocrinology team is because basically Teddy has a cortisone deficiency, which basically means his body can't produce enough of his own natural cortisone to basically control his adrenaline levels, which means that because they are still dangerously low, if we didn't give him the medication of hydrocortisone to counterbalance this, his body could go into adrenal shock if he ever experienced high amounts of stress, like a car crash or an accident or something like that. His body could collapse, as they call it. He gets low blood pressure, low sugar levels, and it can be fatal. So that is the reason why it has been one of his medications since discharge, to kind of counterbalance the lack of cortisone in his body with the medication hydrocortisone. As and when we got discharged from Great Ormond Street Hospital after his transplant, the plan was to allow Teddy's body, with the support of the hydrocortisone medication, to try and produce its own cortisone levels, and also train his shock response, which is where his body goes into shock if he has high amounts of stress, to just basically come up and coach itself to deal with the right things over time. Now, because over the last 12 months he has failed 3 cortisone tests, it basically means that we have been now referred over to the endocrinologist team to look into why this is happening and why he is failing these tests. Now, the reason why he has a cortisone deficiency is because of the fact that he was on on immunosuppressants during his transplant, which has relaxed and not allowed his adrenal glands to start producing the cortisone on its own. So our plan of attack now is to try and work out why firstly, but also coach and coast his adrenal glands to start producing it itself. In short, basically, his adrenal glands are being very lazy, and they said categorically that they believe that it will be rectifiable. He won't have a cortisone deficiency for life. They believe it's because of the transplant and the medication he went through during transplant that is the reason why he has this problem. And so they are basically going to reduce the amount of hydrocortisone that we are giving him on a daily basis, which yes puts him at slight risk because obviously we're giving him below the amount that he should be to balance his cortisone levels out, but in turn hopefully because we aren't supplying his body with the cortisone, the hope is that it will boost and kickstart his adrenal glands to start making their own cortisone. This is a 3-month period in which we're going to do this for, and after those 3 months we are basically going to go into Great Ormond Street Hospital to have some checks on firstly his cortisone levels internally, but secondly his stress response, to see how his body reacts to stress by putting a certain medication inside him, which I will go into more detail as and when they happen. But basically it's just to double check whether that 3-month period has worked or not. If it doesn't work, then we go into slightly more checks, but other than that not a lot is changing, which is lovely from our perspective because it means that we haven't got to go to big tests and at Great Ormond Street Hospital or anything like that. It's purely just a 3-month phase in which we just need to monitor him, because by reducing his medication that he is currently on could lead to him potentially being low in energy, sleeping more, and if that is the case then we need to go back to our original dosage and then try a different treatment plan. But the bottom line is it was a really successful video call. They were really helpful, and we also then got taught over video call how we give his medical dose of hydrocortisone if we did ever have a crash or an accident or he went into adrenal shock.
So obviously don't use your packs. I'll just...
Yeah, no, of course.
Ow!
I definitely don't need you to have extra cortisol in your body.
We have to give him a different dosage of the cortisone, and for the first time after all this time we finally got taught how to do that in terms of these emergency doses that we have to inject into his leg.
That you can put down on a solid base, flick the top off like that, draw up 1 mil, bit more than 1 mil, and on the black bit of the syringe there you're just going to flick to get rid of any of the air.
Any of the air bubbles, okay.
And in the centre bit, just push it in there. And then push the 1 mil in.
Put the finger in the knee and into the thirds, but the hip's right up here, it's not down here.
Yeah.
So right up here, into thirds, and you go above the seam of the trousers, into that muscle.
Which, even though we had done our research and watched videos on it, we never actually got taught it in person, but now we have been, and it's a nice feeling to know that we are 100% secure, and we need to now teach the right people that look after Teddy on a weekly basis, like my mum and my sister and people like that, to be able to deal with Teddy's cortisone deficiency if there is an emergency. So yeah, all in all, it was a really, really positive video call, and to know that he potentially won't have a cortisone deficiency for the rest of his life was really nice, because we heard the words when we initially discussing Teddy's diagnosis that he will be on medication forever, penicillin being one of them. If we can get rid of this cortisone deficiency, then he will just be left with penicillin, which is one medication for the rest of his life, which is a good feeling.
Morning, chaps. I'm sure you're wondering why I'm in a bush, and I'll tell you why, because today is a very, very exciting day, and I'm doing a little bit of practicing because Teddy and I are going to forestry school today. Let me try that again. I keep saying that. It's not forestry school. It's not as if I'm about to unleash my son into a school with a chainsaw. Let's start that again. We're going to forest school today, which I cannot wait. What to expect? I'm not overly sure, but I'm sure there's things like mud kitchens, collecting twigs and leaves, and also a lot of outdoor activities, which is right up mine and Teddy's street. So time to get prepared for forest school, as today is a big day. To forest school! Now, what do we need from the fridge in preparation for forest school? Some good nutritious foods, so we have optimal energy for collecting sticks. Yogurt.
Time to make the cub some breakfast so he is full of exploring energy.
And if anyone's wondering why I'm so excited, you know I've been growing some seeds and my chili plants are absolutely growing off the scale. So I'm ready for forest school. I just hope my son is. Time to go and feed him up. And then we're heading for our first day at forest school. And I cannot wait.
That's funny.
All jokes aside, if you've been following our channel for a while now, you know that we went for a bit of a hard and difficult time with introducing Teddy to nursery. Obviously, to catch you up on it quick, he went to nursery within 4 days as a chickenpox outbreak. And so then we pulled him out and decided it wasn't the right time for nursery for Teddy, as our priority was keeping him well. What hole that did leave was him interacting with other children and just playing in different scenarios. And so we've come across this forest school, which is at a place called Wilderness Wood, which is about 20 minutes away from us. And hopefully, if it all goes well, he'll be going once a week, and we just think it's a really nice way and relatively safe way for him to start gaining that interaction with other children, being a part of new scenarios that potentially we can't deliver. And in all honesty, I don't know really what it's going to involve. All I do know is that it's from 10:30 till 12 o'clock, so it's an hour and a half, and I can stay with him, so I'm not dropping him in the deep end like we do at nursery or kindergarten. My main priority being making it a positive experience, which will hopefully allow him to gain these skills of interaction with other children at his own pace. And so if I can go there and just play with him for an hour and a half whilst other kids run round, then hopefully it will become a really, really good experience. Now, this is absolutely massive for myself and Katie because it's a huge progression on for him. We still have that same sort of apprehension of taking him somewhere that is going to involve being around other children, which we are still quite protective over, but there is also that element of it is a safer gamble. It's more just letting Teddy live, yes, but it's an educated gamble knowing that hopefully it's going to be no different to just playing in a park. So the bottom line is I have control, so if there is a child that is unwell, I can whip him out of there at any point, which is a huge thing for me. But secondly, it's all outside, and so it's going to be in the fresh air, so when they're not confined in a classroom where they're kind of using the same paintbrushes and colours and pens and stuff like that, where the infection risk is relatively high. It's all going to be outside in the fresh air, and I'm just really excited for him to do it because he loves being outside, and so do I. And if it can be something that we can implement into his week every week going forward, then I think it will help progress him forward. So in terms of what to expect, I really don't know. I've been on the website, but also I'm quite intrigued just to kind of follow our feet and take it for what it is today. The downside is Teddy and us all had a bit of a sleepless night because he was up through the night, so we are going into this new sort of potentially daunting experience for him tired. So my main priority is to get him some food in today before we leave, so his energy levels are topped up to the brim. And obviously with his reduced hydrocortisone from yesterday, there is a possibility that he could be lethargic and run out of energy, and this whole thing could just be way too overwhelming for him. If it is the case, then that's absolutely okay, and we just try again next week. But without trying, we don't know, and it is certainly something we are wanting to crack down on and just help him progress. And I really hope he loves it, because it will just open up another avenue in his life to creating friends and filling a few of the holes that he's missed in his life due to his treatment. So yeah, really excited. But for now, breakfast for Teddy, get dressed, and let's go to forest school. And the other technique I'm using for today is not actually using the word school. The reason for that is that I believe that because he felt nursery was a negative experience, if I use the word forest school, he's so clever that he could tarnish that altogether. Now, it seems like I'm overthinking this, but we have been tripped up so many times by not thinking about things like this. So I'm going to just treat it as almost a forest park. And then I'm using two words that he's familiar of, forest and park, that he both loves. And so eliminating that school or that pre-apprehension for him, hopefully, will start us off on the right foot. Did you know me and Teddy are going to forest school today? Jealous? Thought so. Did you know that me and Teddy are going to forest school today? Cool, isn't it? Hey, guess where me and Teddy are going today? We're off to forest school. Teddy? Do you know where we're going today? Do you want to know? We're going to a big forest park. Take your dummy out.
Not the playground.
It's a big park and a playground in the forest.
Oh, McDonald had a farm.
What animals do you think we'll see in the forest?
I think maybe it was a horse.
A horse in the forest?
Yeah. I saw a horse in the park.
Might see a horse in the forest park?
Yes.
I don't know.
I think it's a great idea.
It's going to be so much fun. Are you looking forward to it?
Oh, MacDonald had a pool.
Of course, we can't start a morning without washing every single one of his thousands of animals. What boring life being a monkey, just hanging on the side of a pole. Could be worse, ladies and gentlemen. Always could be worse. You could be a monkey hanging off a curtain pole. How bloody tedious. That sounds like one extremely large, firstly, but exhausting farm. Ted, come here. How many animals on that farm?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10 animals.
10 animals?
Yes.
And also, why have you got that dummy in your mouth again? Can you go and put it in your bed, please? Teddy?
Yeah?
Can you go and put it on your chair?
No.
Teddy, come on, we've got a forest park to go to. All dressed up with his muddy boots on my carpet. After procrastinating all morning until it was time for forest school, we finally arrived and the big day was here. We're at the forest park. I haven't got a clue where I'm meant to be going, Teddy, but wow, look at this. Look at all the wood everywhere. Oh my goodness, this is Daddy's dream. I haven't got a clue where I'm going. Is this your dream too? Oh, I hope it is, mate. I literally cannot get over this place. I'm so excited. And I just put my wellies on so I'll fit in with all the other parents. I was made for this. Just got to hope the boy likes it. If not, I'm coming to spend 1.5 hours a week with all my new 2 to 5 year old friends. That's how it is. What can you see?
I can see the animals.
The animals? I can see a slide, I know that. Oh my lord, this is incredible. Big moment, guys. This is massive. Teddy's new journey. Wow, look at that cabin. As you could tell, I was in my absolute element. But this new journey wasn't for me. It was for our cub. And just like that, he was off, starting a whole new chapter. But with this chapter, there was a difference. This was a journey that I truly believed in the depths of me as a parent, that now was the right time and reason. A journey I supported and believed in to allow our boy to flourish and show the world who he really is and his amazing personality. I wasn't in fear of throwing him into germs and infections that nurseries bring, but in fact, I was excited to give him a gentle parental push into a safe environment which will hopefully allow him to flourish and develop, learn new skills and safely make friends and simply complement his new life with exciting opportunities. This, ladies and gentlemen, was hopefully the start of something really special. I felt emotional and proud with equal measures as he has lived such a sheltered life because of his treatment, and he was about to start experiencing what life as a toddler should be like, and a life that he 100% deserves. Watching him run free amongst other children made me so proud. Watching him explore the area without limitations. It was his time to claw back the months and months of sheltered protection that we had to give him. Now, it was Teddy's time, and some people would be apprehensive of this scenario failing, whereas I just felt like the luckiest father alive to show him off. I wanted everyone to see him without knowing his past. I was excited for people to be introduced as simply Teddy, not Teddy who used to have cancer. I was being a normal parent amongst other normal parents, with a normal child amongst their normal children. And it felt weird, but truly amazing. And it's strange to use the word normal. When you go through a journey like we have, normality is all you want, nothing more and nothing less, just to be normal. But the difference is, I know and we know that Teddy will never be normal, because he's better than normal. And what makes him and many other children that have been through similar journeys better than normal is that they go through more in a short space of treatment time than many do in a lifetime. They are role models, they are warriors, and they are people that I can only begin to aspire to be. But nobody needed to know about Teddy's journey in this chapter, but us. It's our little secret normal life. This class is from 2 to 5 year olds, and it runs out of school hours or school terms, so I'm hoping it shouldn't be too busy, but also he's definitely going to be the youngest here, which is nice because we start them off young. And oh my goodness, there's a robin. As I said before, I'm not overly spiritual, but it's always a good sign when the robin's there, because my mum believes that's my great granddad, so maybe that's the confirmation I needed that this is the right thing to do. 6, 7, playing hide and seek, 8, 9 and 10. Ready or not? Where's Teddy gone? Is he by the saucepan? No. Is he by the slide? No. Is he behind the tree? There, I found you! How cool is that house? I wonder if Teddy's around the house. No, I can't find him anywhere. Maybe he's inside the house. Shall we have a look? Hey, Teddy's in his house. How cool is that? We met up with everyone else who was in the class, and Teddy was instantly drawn to a tree stump full of, you guessed it, animals. It's so beautiful. What other animals are there?
I don't know. It's so dirty.
Dirty. We all sat round the fire and sang a song to introduce ourselves. Meanwhile, Teddy wasn't overly interested at first. He was too busy rounding up all of his animals. We then went foraging for leaves and moss for our first activity. Look, Teddy, we need to find some moss that's on the bottom of the tree so we can put it on a Valentine's Day card for Mummy. We're going to use all of these bits of nature to decorate a card.
Do you want to play?
I'd love to play. Look at this place. We're going to have hot chocolate porridge and put some flowers in the mud kitchen because it's Valentine's Day, and make a Valentine's Day card for a loved one using the nature. And then we're also going to give a Valentine's Day card to the tree for saying thank you for supplying us with some nature. How cool! And then we found a wolf. So we have collected our nature and we're going to make Mummy a Valentine's Day card. Let's do it. Surprise, surprise, Teddy was straight into the painting as he was a pro at this. What started off so delicately soon turned into Teddy's style of painting, less on the paper and more on the hands. They lit the campfire ready to make porridge for the children and hot chocolate for the parents. Then it was time to make and decorate a necklace for another one of Mummy's Valentine's Day gifts.
And when you've done lots of painting here today, remember, we can go and paint the tree.
The teacher didn't have to ask him twice. He was straight up there, ready to decorate the tree within an inch of its life. Good job, Teddy. That's it. Wow. You're doing so well, darling. 11:11. Make a wish.
And then we go home.
We go home in about 15 minutes. Being made aware that Teddy started to mention going home, that was my signal to leave on a high, so we completed our number one goal of making this a positive experience and leave on a positive note. So we said goodbye to our group, then quickly headed for a swing in the forest before making tracks for home. This is a dream, Teddy Lee! Look at you, mate, I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you.
You did so well, darling. Having a quick swing, we've left our team over there. Hiya, hiya! I honestly can't tell you how proud I am of it. Oh, it makes me choke up. He was so good with the other kids. He was interacting with them amazingly. It is exactly as I hoped, being so open air and
out in the fresh air, and there was only 5 other couples there, as in a parent and a child, and it was just lovely. They were all so welcoming, saying this is your first time, and I'm just proud, so proud of him. I absolutely love it here, and just to see him pick up the animals and be excited about this whole situation. We did look at the animals. We made Valentine's Day cards for the parents, and it's just everything that we wanted. So proud. But anyway, I've got to dash him back to the car. I want to leave on a high, so we're ready on rock and rolling to come back next week, and hopefully we'll just blossom from here. Yeah, more to the point, he's done a poo in his wetsuit, so that needs removing as well. But all in all, what a day. Super happy and super proud. You're not going to believe what I've just done. I was just chatting to Teddy all the way home, telling him how proud I was of him and how amazing it was, and I left Kate's necklace and the Valentine's Day on top of the roof of my car. And so I've literally just spun round because it's his first ever... Oh, there it is. Oh, it's on the floor. I've got to go round. Yeah, it's his first ever present that he's made from school or a nursery. And I drove away with it on the top of my bloody roof. So I've just returned back to our Forest School and going to search for it. I think I've just seen the card, whether it's got any of the decorations on anymore, I don't know. But
I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you, mate. I can see the card, and Daddy's going to have a quick look for the necklace. Oh, there's the card. Is the necklace there? Oh no, it's half ruined. Oh, that's such a shame. Put that safely there. Quick look. Oh, I'm wounded, absolutely wounded. Oh, what? So gutted. It could be anywhere on the road. Gutted. Absolutely gutted. As soon as I put it on the roof, I was like, oh, definitely going to forget that. Hey ho. Woo! It's fair to say we're in good spirits in this car. We are back home, and I am once again so proud. Don't need to say it again. But I'm absolutely gutted about that necklace. That would have been such a lovely sentimental gift. But I didn't find it on the way home, so we'll have to make one next week. But time to get this little boy a nap. And that is a perfect time to end that video there. If you like this video, give it a big fat thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you get notified when we put up a new video. And remember, live for today, as tomorrow is never promised. Catch you in the next one, chaps, as we go away for a Valentine's Day trip, which is a secret for Teddy, Kate and Willow. See you in the next one, chaps.